This is our Belmont Wetlands State Park pass.
Yay!
Now I need to put this on the front of the windscreen. We're off for a weekend 2-night camping trip, Friday and Saturday night. Today, Friday up about 5 o'clock, we're doing down to Newcastle and we're just hitting Redhead / Blacksmith Beach. I think the southern end is Blacksmith Beach and the northern end is Redhead Beach. So we just came off the tar, we've hit the access track, we're at the northern access track. There's 3 access tracks onto this beach. Picked up a beach permit at local survey and that'll give you a map of the area and where you need to get on and off and all your rules and that. So we just got the week pass, that's the smallest one. You can get 1 week and then it's $33 for a week pass. We got myself and Malachi and my car, the Navarro, got the dad behind in the MUX. And then we got Shad up the back there in his cruiser. When you first come down to the beach, there's this massive sand dune here. I got up at first, I tried 3rd gear low, I didn't make it. And then went 4th gear, made it up. Shad came up in 1st high. I think Dad's having a go now in 1st high. What was that 1st high? Try it low. We're all at the top of this big dune that kind of runs along the beach here. I'm not too sure what we're going to do yet, but none of us have ever been here. We'll have a bit of a drive around and then so you can camp on this beach. We will find somewhere to set up camp. Now I can fall in love with the life you make me live. I feel like I had enough of the things you gotta give. We had a bit of a drive around the beach for a little while, taking it all in, before we decided we better find ourselves a camp spot for the night. We also had a local to the area, Aaron, come down his Ford Ranger to catch up for an hour or 2. It's a pretty awesome beach to drive on, the fact that you can camp right on the beachfront there and have a fire. Just kind of cruising down the beach, having a bit of a look around, taking it all in. It's a beautiful afternoon down here, a little bit of wind but not too bad. The sand is actually so soft, but softer. The sand here is actually so soft, a lot softer than you get at your average beach. Very soft. I'm still alright about 14-15 feet high. You wouldn't want any more than that when you're struggling. Camp spot along the beach here. It's pretty much just camp wherever you want. Yeah, it must stay off the dunes. There's that one dune you can drive on earlier. Then people do drive on the dunes, there's tracks all over them, but it's illegal. You're not meant to. So as long as you're off the dunes, you can just kind of camp anywhere along the edge of the beach. Just found a spot here we're going to set up. What's up, dude? Aaron's headed off. He just came down for a quick beer. Sun's sort of just going down. Might get this fire going and have some dinner. We set everything up and settled in for the night. We had a beautiful spot down there right in front of the beach. We ended up having some really heavy rain coming in during the night and woke up to some not so great weather the next morning. I feel like I
I mean, there was just 2 or 3 drops at about 1:45, and sort of about 2 it started turning on a bit.
Yeah, I felt that because I had my flap open. The rain came in last night about 2 in the morning and just poured, pretty much poured all night. It's still raining this morning. Definitely not great beach weather. Kind of set up our awnings and we're just hanging out here. It is meant to clear up. It's meant to clear up by about 10, 11, and then it should be sunny the rest of the weekend. So probably just wait out a bit and then we're going to head for a drive through to Catherine Hill Bay. We packed up camp and headed off maybe around 10 o'clock. The worst of the rain seemed to have gone, but we were still getting a few showers passing through. We headed south along the beach and came off at the Blacksmith beach end. And from there we started making our way towards Catherine Hill Bay. We came off that Redhead, Blacksmith, 9 Mile Beach. I don't know, it seems to go under a heap of different names. One end's Redhead, the other end's Blacksmith. It's also called 9 Mile Beach, I think. Came off the Blacksmith end, and then it's about 10 minutes south through to Catherine Hill Bay, it's called. And we came into Catherine Hill Bay, and there's heaps of tracks all through this area. There's some cool ones that take you down to the headland, down to even a little beach down there, I think. We've never been here. We're going to go exploring, and I'm sure we'll find our way down there. We think we found the track that kind of takes down to the bay and headland. We're just trying to get up this rocky, slippery bit now because we had all that rain. Things are a bit slushy and slippery out here. It's not too bad, but definitely a bit trickier than in the dry. Yeah, you're all looking good. Yeah. There's a few different ways through this section. There was a track all the way over on the far side there. Shad and I avoided that bit because it looked really soft there and looked like you'd slip in and slide off into the bush to the side, but Dad made it through there without any dramas.
Start to straighten up a little bit, yep. Turn back this way a bit.
After making it up that steep little section, we started navigating our way through the tracks and through the bush out towards the headland and down onto the coast. None of us had ever been here before, so it was a little bit of a guessing game, making it up as we went. Made it down to the headland, down to the water. It's just absolutely beautiful down here. It's good fun, low range tracks as you make your way down here, and then they kind of head along the cliffs here everywhere. It's kind of back to raining a bit at the moment, hoping it clears up soon. What a spot, bud. There's the car there, and then it's got all this around you. I originally found out about this Catherine Hill Bay only a few weeks before this trip by watching some other YouTube videos where people had done trips to this area. And it just looks so amazing, and I couldn't wait to get there. So it was only a week or two and we were planning a trip to the area. And what an unreal place it turned out to be. This is insane. We're driving across these massive cliffs of just the ocean and waves surrounding us, trying to make our way along the edge of the cliff and the bush. There's a track along here, you just got to obviously make sure you pick the right line, because off to the edge there's a big drop off. But what an amazing place this is. There's even fishermen down here in front of us now fishing off the rocks. Just in first gear, low range, nice and slow, letting the car idle along. Plenty of grip, even though it's wet, plenty of grip on these rocks, very grippy. I just take it nice and slow. But what a special place.
How are we gonna get down?
We've got to navigate our way down all these rocks down through here, nice and slow. There's a good line through all of it. We walked it before and made sure we knew where we were going.
You walked it.
Walked it. I think I might pull up here for some lunch, not a bad spot. And look at this, well you can't see it, but we've got blue skies coming around everywhere. That sun's going to come out soon. It's going to be beautiful here.
Feeling alone, sitting in my favorite place. Glued to my phone, killing time and losing face. But you can't stop me from feeling so lonely. 'Cause it's the kind of dark
I'll just come straight up here and then just right to my camera. Go slow. Yeah. I just, the full bar we're going to hit with just blue. After some lunch, the sun was back out. It was just a beautiful day down on the coast there. We continued navigating our way along that headland track over to the other side to get back up out of there. Put that front locker on. The biggest thing with this drive was nice and slow, take your time and pick your line through all those rocks. Now we're all running our tyre pressures low to give yourself plenty of traction for climbing up and down those rocks. Dad and I were both at about 14-15, and then Shad was a little higher in the cruiser due to the heavier weight of the vehicle. He was up around 16-17. Had this one section that caught me out a bit. I couldn't get the car without smashing the bull bar into the rock in front of me. So we had to put a couple of recovery tracks down, and that gave me that extra height I needed to get up over the rock. I don't always take the recovery tracks with me, as a lot of the time I don't use them, but there definitely are times when they do come in handy, and on this trip we actually used them quite a few times across the weekend.
Running away, but I find my legs are numb, so here I'll stay.
That was so much fun coming across that headland then. After lunch we kind of continued around the next bit. Just going real slow, making your way through all those rocks, up and down a few of the rock steps, heaps of fun. Now we come to the end, and now we got the track back up out of here. It's a fairly interesting, shouldn't be too bad, it was a fairly interesting hill climb straight up at the start there, so I'm going to take that on now. But it's good because it's been sunny for a little while now, so it's kind of taken that wetness off. It's just a little bit damp, which is normally sort of helpful with this this sort of ground. Yeah, go left hand down a little bit. Yeah, that's the line.
Stay up on that high there.
Yeah. Yeah, you're good. Dad was up first to take on this hill in MUX, and ended up being a little bit more difficult than we expected. There was a big hole there that you couldn't get around, and without the suspension travel or lockers, there wasn't really much you could do. We attempted to fill up the hole with some recovery tracks to give him that extra height he needed to get through, but still wasn't quite enough. Feels like they're pretty weak. Well, the other option is tell him if Shad comes up first, but we just couldn't get Dad up that one bit there. Without, once again, it's the same locker issue. Need lockers, don't have them. Just cross-axled holes. We got him right near the top. He just couldn't get through that last bit. And then the issue is there's nothing to winch off here, and that ground is like really soft after that rain. I don't think those trees will hold. Dad's going to go back down. Bottom, Shad is going to come up. Shad has lockers, so he'll be able to get up, and then we can either winch off the back of Shad's car, or he can give us like a real gentle tug on a snatch to lift us up over those holes. Didn't have his front locker in there. Now it is. Alright, Shad got up there with the lockers. My turn. I'm thinking more likely not, but I am a little bit hopeful because I have a little bit more wheel travel than Dad. That is my hope. But I think that Shad will be helping me out. So close. So close, right near the top of that last bit got me. I just kind of got flicked off the line a bit. I wanted to be on. But I don't know, you guys need to tell me what's going on. I can't see. I feel like if I go left, I feel like I'm going straight into that hole. You need to get me left or right of it. After a little bit of mucking around at the top there, I eventually made it up. Dad was up next for his second attempt. You bring your car down to here, I'll get the gear.
Yep.
Rather than mucking around winching, we're just going to give Dad a quick pull up with a snatch. Shad actually had a couple of these soft shackles. What are these? Gator jaw soft shackles. We're going to give them a go rather than using flying metal missiles. So 2 shackles, the blanket and the strap. We'll just hook him up and give him a quick pull up. First time I've used those soft shackles, but they're awesome. They're actually rated about 2 or 3 times the strength of your normal steel shackles, and they're lighter, softer, and obviously a lot safer, because if something does break or let go, you've only got a little bit of material flying through the air instead of a steel metal shackle. With the power of the cruiser, it only took a real gentle pull and it was able to guide Dad up over through that last section and up to the top. How much are they each?
Yeah, 70.
70 each? Or
Yeah. Each.
Yeah. That's going to look awesome. Yeah. It's plenty of worse places to spend the day. Took us a couple of hours, but we're all up that hill. Good bit of fun in the end. That was Shad saying that he paid about $70 each for those soft shackles, which is obviously a lot more than your normal ones, which are about $10 or $15 each. You may be able to get cheaper ones in another brand, but if you can, definitely worth it for the safety and ease of use. These views as you're coming up these tracks here are just incredible. You got that coastline and cliffs all around you. Such a spectacular place. Now I know a lot of people are going to say, why don't you have lockers? You should get lockers. The main reason is I can't afford them. If someone wants to give them to me for free, go right ahead. And honestly, look at all the places we've been and tracks we've done without lockers. In the end, you don't have to have them to get to all these places. We've got the winches, we've got the recovery gear for when we need it from time to time to get us up those sections that you come across. Obviously there are a lot of benefits of having lockers, but I do think that not having them, you really learn to guide your car and pick those lines and become a better four-wheel driver. If someone asks me should they get lockers when they first get into four-wheel driving, I'd probably say no. Learn to drive without them first before you get them. We continued to navigate our way through the tracks. Of across a couple of headlands over to a different area. The plan was to try and find a campsite somewhere around here. It was getting towards mid-late afternoon. Well, I'm spending a couple of hours at Savo, well, a few hours after we got up that hill climb after lunch. Kind of spent a couple of hours just driving around. I don't know, we got a bit lost and took various tracks. Just tracks everywhere out here, but I didn't do too much filming. But I think we found ourselves a good camp spot out here now, up on this cliff face. It's quite windy, but it's a little bit protected up there. We're just climbing down these rocks now into this bay, which is the one we're at this morning. And we're going to have a swim here, rinse off. What a cool spot for a swim. Pretty spectacular headlands all through this area. And you seem to have these big bays, and it's pretty rough out there today, but it's really calm in this bay, so I might just jump in here and have a swim around. This is our camp spot up on this cliff here. It's a little bit windy, but it is kind of dropping off, and just awesome views from up here. Beautiful afternoon, the sun's kind of just going down, but everywhere is lighting up beautifully. And the way we went for a swim is just down over there. We're going to set up camp here and get the fire going and settle in for the night. Should be good.